What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Max, and if you're here, you already know that I do a bunch of how-to tutorials for the RCF platform. One of the things that we are going to be doing is we're going to be doing the first at-home R Racing 780 kit install with meth injection. And this is essentially video one. And one of the things that I want to do is I want to kind of figure out everything I'm doing before I start videoing it. That way we just get to the point, because nobody's trying to watch somebody figure something out as they go. So we're going to find out all the answers. The first thing that I'm doing is installing the meth injection kit. And then I got to run some of I have two gauges that I'm running. And honestly, the wiring is the most daunting part of this whole install. The rest of it is kind of pretty self-explanatory. It's just a lot of bolt-on stuff. Taking off the bumper, blah, blah, blah. Putting on the harmonic balancer. One of the things we're going to try to do today is we're going to install the controller. We're going to wire everything. We're going to go through the wiring diagram. I'll show you guys. It's pretty simple. And another thing that I found out, I spoke to Rafi today, is there's a lot of people that want to face this out when they install it because it looks prettier. Because it has the AEM logo on the front and whatnot. The instructions that he sends, well, there was no instructions that I got. All I got was a sticky note here that said face that way. And the reason why is because when you accelerate, all of the torque is going to make the water go this way, and if you have the sensor on that side, it'll think that it's empty sometimes, and it'll cut off the flow. There is a push fitting on the bottom here. This push fitting pivots so you can face it anyway. That's going to go through a filter, and before it gets to the pump, so the filter will be somewhere in here, then it gets to the pump. Got to pay attention to the flow. This is going from right to left, unless I was to place this way, which honestly it doesn't matter. So the pump has to be lower than the tank. That's the most important part, and that way it's gravity fed, and it's I don't know what the other perks of that is, other than everyone says to mount it lower than the tank, and I'm assuming it's just so that it's always primed, kind of like fuel systems and fuel pumps and whatnot. So I'm going to probably do a little bit of cutting here into the foam so that this is recessed and it's nice and flush. The car right now is full bolt-on, and it is tuned by Loy, and it runs amazing. So I'll give you guys a little walk around of the car. Just as an intro, since this is the first video to the full install, I'm going to show you guys what I'm working with right now. Like I said, the car runs amazing, pulls great, it's very reliable. This is our own in-house Mods by Max ethanol kit. It's a ethanol fuel analyzer, and you can plug in whatever you want on here, whether it's a gauge or a Bluetooth, or in my case I'm using an Innovate gauge that's going to go in the pillar pod. And this is version 1. So right now I have the drop-in dry filter, elbow, little cover for, you know, keeping the heat out of there. I have OBX long tube headers. I have a NVIDIA full catback, and it is valved. So it bypasses the mufflers completely on vacuum. You can see those guys down there. And that's about it as far as performance. I'm on a 91 tune from Loy, but I am blending 30% ethanol. That increases my KCOVs up to like 25-ish. And one of the things that I was worried about when boosting is I know that there's going to be boost leakage from this, but I just noticed that the RR kit comes with a check valve that gets installed in here, and it's a one-way valve. So pretty happy about that. That kind of answers my question as far as that goes, because this doesn't seal the greatest. Like, you guys can see a little bit of seepage on there. It's fucking annoying, to be honest. this tank, the flow goes this way. So if I install it this way, the check valve, not the check valve, sorry, the filter, which the flow, this filter is this way, that can go here. The tank's on this side, flow will go that way, and I can run the lines underneath the car or through the door seal. Depends on which. Alright, so I got the hole that I want on there. Pretty much clears everything. That leaves me enough room for the push connectors right here. And honestly, I think it's got to go a little bit deeper. Let me see. Yeah, it's gonna have to go a little bit deeper because it's still higher. Okay. So at this point, I've cut out what I wanted. I'm basically just scratching off material. But I did want to try something. And that is, if I heat this up, this is a torch. Can I shape it? Yo. Alright. I think we can shape it. Yep. Hell yeah. Alright. We'll do it. I'll do it over here. You guys will be able to tell more, but you can see this guy right here. It's not all frayed up like it was earlier. So alright, we're back. Let's try this again. Real quick, I'm gonna drill this guy here, and what I decided to do was I want the tank to be touching the backside for extra support, and then this lines up here. To refill it, I'm just gonna put a funnel in there. I'm not worried about it. This came aluminum color, by the way. I had to paint this myself. And this area here does not touch the body, so it's just this plastic piece. There's a lot of little holes on this. They include some screws. I'm just gonna screw that. I'm gonna start the screws, and then I'm gonna hand tighten them so that they're not stripped when I tighten them all the way. And then I'll install the tank back up. And I'm gonna start with the center screw. Still lined up. Okay. And now I'm gonna hand tighten it. Okay. Gotta take this tape off while I screw this. Come on. Alright. There's a few extras in here, so I'm just gonna do them all. Because it's plastic and because I don't want to go back to this. Just in case you guys are wondering, you can get to this line pretty easy from the back, and it's just a push line, so not too worried about being able to get to it. Okay. One bolt. 2 bolts. So there is a zip tie, and this is now pretty secure. The entries have enough room on them. I have enough room on here to do my wiring, so I think we are looking good. I just need to trim this excess here. Well, this just happened. I was tightening this fitting into the filter for the meth injection, and the piece of shit plastic literally just snapped. It's not even bottomed out yet, so, and it honestly was moving along pretty fucking smooth, so what a piece of shit design. I ordered a new one. It's gonna take like 4 days to get here, so it is what it is. Where I'm at right now is I have the rear seat out. I have the side paneling off. I can't take this off completely because there is no plug for this light, so this just has to stay loose for now. And I'm gonna see about running. It looks like there's space in here within the paneling. Definitely plenty of space in here, maybe, for the small hose. I don't know if I can run the 4AN through here, so I don't know, man. Decisions. So some of the wires go backwards, and then in the front you're gonna run a vacuum line for boost. So this is your boost port right here, and on the back, so you're gonna need a accessory power, which is the black. Then you have the ground. One thing that's missing from this kit, and I know it should have it, but it's not here, is a little baby LED, and it flashes every time that the meth is spraying, and you put that somewhere on your dash if you want it. It's just nice to know that it's coming on so that you know that it's working. Alright, as far as the wiring goes, once you figure out where you want to mount it, these are the wires that are going to stay near the connection. So I'll run through them real quick. This green and yellow, that's for the arm safe, arm switch, and boost safe. And then the brown one is for the solenoid, which is optional. We don't have a solenoid on this, so that doesn't have to be there. And the one that we do need is the gray and the violet, which is this. This is going to run the LED that lets us know when this is working. We can put that in any kind of place, usually by the non-use switch covers on the bottom left of the steering wheel. And then, let's see. I think that's about it as far as what's staying up here. Oh, and then the black and brown, that's going to be your battery negative and positive. The red's going to be an accessory that you tap into. So that leaves us with 4 wires going back, 2 for the pump and 2 for the tank, for the level sensor. So the level sensor is going to be white and brown. That's okay, wait a minute. There's 2 browns. Oh, I see. Brown white is the one we don't need. So brown white, which is this one, goes to the solenoid. And I coiled up the wrong one. I'm glad we looked at that. I would have been pretty fucking pissed after taking all the panels off to run this. So let's get this separate and then uncoil this brown. Alright, looking at this again. So then the pink and the orange, which is these guys, these go to the pump. The pump has a black and red on it, but it goes to these. And then the level switch, white and brown. White, and then we're uncoiling the brown. I'll put a bigger printout of this next to the video so it's legible. Alright, I found the spot that works the best, for me at least, to run this line, so I'm going to show you guys real quick. What I did was I took the clips off of this. You guys already know that the seat is out on the back, and through there I can stick the hose in there, and it came out of this side over here. So it's coming down from there in this groove right here. This sits perfect right there. Through here, this is all a gap right here. So, and I was able to fish it in here. And so now I can run it all the way through the door seal. And there is a gasket up there that goes out into the engine bay. And I'll show you guys where that comes out. That gasket is right in there, so it's going to come out through there. I can probably run it along here, nice and hidden. It'll come out of the side here and right into the T that's going to feed both of those intake inlets, the valves. So I'm very happy about that. Alright, I want to show you guys the update before I call it a day. So you can squeeze the line right between these clips here, and it's fully protected all the way down. And once you get in here, Jesus, how do I show you? You can see the line right here. There's the line. Make sure this is your e-brake, that it's on this side of this cable. Because if it's on this side, when you put the e-brake in, it's going to gouge the methanol line. Sorry, it's hard to see. And then there's a little hole in that gasket up there. I'll try to light it for you guys. Up there, little hole. You have to cut it from the other side before you feed it. Let me show you. So, there's the line. There's the line. It's coming out of that little tube. It's like insulated. And all I had to do was just kind of cut the end of it so that I can get the line to squeeze through. Guys, this line's just not long enough. So I don't know how everyone else is doing it, because let me show you what I got going on back here. The tank already has just enough line, basically, right? And it's coming from there to here. I mean, all I did was just bend a little bit around here, so I didn't want to put too many sharp angles on the pump. And then it's coming out of here. It's going to go into the filter. It's not connected because I got a replacement coming. And then here's the other line. I mean, there's barely any extra. Like, it's not like I was, you know, adding extra line on there just in case. I mean, this is tied all the way through. So this is fucking annoying. Just in case, I ordered another one of these. They're $13 for a full set from AEM, and they're gonna charge you $13 to fucking ship it. So stupid. All right, so I got the harness kind of done, and what I did was I have the orange, white, the pink, and the brown going to the back of the car. That's the long one. And then I have the wires that I'm not using. They're tucked into the harness, and I cut them. And I have the excess coiled up. And if I ever need it, I can just go in here and pull them out. But this is the LED. That's the gray and the purple. And this is the power and the ground. So I have those right out. And the way I'm going to run it, and I'll show you guys right now. The way I want to mount this, because I want this out of the way, is there's a perfect little spot down here where I can mount this facing down. It's out of the way of the e-brake. And once I set this, there's actually two little holes down here. Let me show you guys. Take this off. Two little holes right here. And I can actually put a tie strap here on the sides and get this strapped in there like that. And then maybe leave a little bit of slack on it, so if I ever need to pull it out like this, I can do that, and then just put it back. So what this location is going to do is it's going to leave all of the wiring close by over here, close to the fuse box. Run the loom right here alongside the side, and the vacuum hose will go right in there and into the engine bay. They send you a very small vacuum hose, so that's going to take care of a lot of issues. I thought about putting it in the center console, and I didn't have the heart to drill in the center. So this is a spot that I think I'm happy with it. If anything, I might just completely tuck it out of the way and leave it inside the back. Because really all I need is the LED that indicates the status. I'm going to put that somewhere in here where it's not noticeable, and it'll just come. Alright, so I've just ran it on the tray. This is basically the same spot that I have my methanol line in, and I just used one of the other lines to fish through here. Couldn't think of anything else that was handy to use. This was just right next to me, so it worked. So I just got to run this back, and before I do that, I gotta take this tape off though. Alright guys, I drilled a little hole right here on the side, and that's because I want the harness sensor to come out of there. That's this right here. This comes separate. You have to terminate it, and then so it's going to be kind of sitting up here. These will be up on top, but the rest of the wires that I ran from here are underneath this left side. That's what these are right here, and they're going to continue to go that way and come up here. That's what we're doing right now. So this was a pain in the ass to do, but look, some of these things I'm doing didn't work out the way that I wanted to, so I'm going a little above and beyond on the things that I can. Alright, so looks like that's as far as it goes, and let's get this tape off. This fish wire. Alright, so the plan is, I have plenty of wire here, but just so you guys know, if I would have ran this anywhere else, I wouldn't have had enough wire, unless I've gone right through the center of the center console, which then I would have. But I have shrink tubing, so I'm going to cover some of this. I don't want these wires just sitting there. So at least coming from here, they'll have shrink tubing. This one here is going to have some shrink tubing as well. And I'm going to, right now, do at least this much. I can always do more after. And cover that up. Let's see. That might be too much shrink tube, actually. Nope, it's good. Okay. Alright, let me get my strippers and then I'll crimp those two cables. It's so hot out here, man. It's like 110 degrees. But I gotta take advantage of the time off that I have, because time off for me is very rare. Come on. Right after this, I have to go, I'm gonna go to my stepdad's so that we can weld the air fuel ratio bung. It'll be good. Okay, so if I do at least that much, and then double it up. I've been overthinking a lot of things with this, and I'm stalling. It's not good. So I'm at a point now where I gotta just keep moving. If I can make changes later, I will. But right now, we gotta get this damn thing done. Brian showed up earlier, and he had his RCF, and he's boosted, and it's kind of motivated me. I'm like, man, I could have mine done right now too and be enjoying it. But it's also so hot right now, man. Alright, so this is white. I'm gonna have to crimp it with the heat shield on. Not heat shield, shrink wrap. Because it's too long. It'll be fine though. Alright. Now we'll move this back a little bit, like that. Maybe about that much, yeah. Cool. Alright. There it is. Crank that. Move this back just a hair. Just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink these first and see if I can stack this one over the two. I don't know if I'll be able to, but we're going to try. Alright, so we will do this last and this first. And you may have oh, look at that. Beautiful. Yes, sir. Fit over the two, so now I can do this shrink wrap. Let's get this cable out of the way. Make sure not to burn my rug. I'm sure it's very flammable. And then part of the shrink wrap is going to go inside of the hole. I'm very happy with this, guys. I'm glad it's working out. Look at that. Beautiful. I love it. Love it. Alright, so this plugs in this way. And oh, this bottom's not completely burnt. There we go. It's in. Now it's in there. It's plugged. You didn't see this. That's spare part. Okay. Because it won't let me go at an angle. But I need it to, I don't want the line to be flexing. And I also want to be able to, I don't want to have something in here that kind of ends up breaking off the line. All right, longer wire that actually fits through. And cut that spare part. Take these guys together. And because I have a feeling that this will be a little difficult, I'm going to tape the wires first so that I can pull it easier, and then attach it. One layer only, so it doesn't make it thicker. The tube's kind of small. Go. Alright, now let's get this motherfucker in there, pull it out. Alright, that's what we want. Alright, let's look at our wiring diagram, see if the black or white matters. So it looks like pink is going to red and orange is going to the negative. So strip this back a little bit. So we said what? Black was orange? Double check. Black is orange. Shrink wrap over, come on. Being difficult for no reason. Alright, that leaves us with this guy. Okay. And crimp it. Get the sheathing over, make sure it matches. Okay. Alright, so my camera overheated earlier. I'm done with this part. So I shrink wrapped the cables. They're split over here, just like earlier on the other setup, and they're tied up to the methanol hose here so that it's all dressed correctly. I am gonna put these clips back here. Make sure the Velcro on this side is good. Put this clip back. this back, and now we can put the back together. This is on the way, this new filter, so I will put that filter on. This will be completely wrapped up. I have boost juice coming, so we'll fill this up. And so now the main focus is to get the rear buttoned up. I think the rear seat's ready to come back in. Have my wires and my line running through there. I'm gonna snap this back together. So now what we got left is the light, the LED light. Here's my sensor plug. I'm gonna plug it in here and it'll be tucked in underneath. And yeah, I gotta reach out to R and see what settings to leave that at, and part one will be done. All right, guys, I just put the seat back in. It is such a fucking pain in the ass. I'll tell you what sucks. What sucks about putting the seat back is the buckles. There's a little piece of cloth that goes on the inside that has to stretch over it, and man, it sucks. So I don't think there's enough room for two people to be in here. I was able to do it by myself just fine, but just be forewarned. May God be with you. So that's in. It's got the little lip right here. And now this has to go in. Make sure. Kind of run your finger through here. This is in. And there's some molding. Just to kind of go around the wire. And then this. Once this is in, just kind of run your finger alongside of this, and it'll be good. All right, we're in business. We've got things to do. Right now, we're gonna coil this, and we'll come back to it. And I'm just gonna make a little dot where I think the center is. Looks about right. This will serve as my little pilot hole. Alright, real quick before I get too far ahead on other things, here is my active light for the AM controller, and all I did was drill the hole, slide in the LED, and on the back side I put some slack inside, and I put a little tie wrap on here, so if these get tugged, it's not going to pull the LED out. So now I just got to tap the ground and the power, the signal wire, to the control module, and then we should be good to go. So this will get installed later. Right now we're going to do the module first. So looking at the schematic, violet goes to the positive and the negative, black goes to gray. I'm not sure how much that matters, it's just a light, but we followed it anyways. And there we go. All right, we got our light. Okay guys, there is some missing footage from some of the things that I completed after. So this is the tank fully installed. I think I did show most of that, but this is literally months after. Let me get this pulled up so I can show you guys. Here it is. There has been no leaks in here at all. Everything's still routed, pretty much the same. No leaks on the pump itself. And here is my AEM module, which has been working out pretty good, except for the only complaint that I have is that anytime I need to make adjustments, it's kind of a pain in the ass to see it. So, and I have, all right, just because I forgot to mention this during all the wiring, there is a yellow arm wire that goes into the AEM controller. So the red that goes to the battery, that's your constant power, and then there's an arm wire. That means that whenever you turn the ignition on, the AEM controller is actually going to get powered on. That needs to be fused, and I'll show you guys the diagram up here. So don't forget that wire. I didn't mention it on there, but somehow while I was editing, I realized that I never even addressed it. So okay, as far as how this is routed, I feel like I cut mine a little short, but honestly, I had no spare line left. See how tight this is? There is some slack on there, so it's not super tight. But I wish I would have been able to have enough line to run it along the side here, hidden, and then come out here on the side. But this has been okay. I actually have a completely spare line, but the reason I haven't used this because I don't want any more splices anywhere in the kit, because it would be a potential leak source. So if I did swap it, it would be to swap out the entire line, and it was kind of a pain in the butt to do, so I don't want to do it unless it leaks. It's fine right now, so I'm gonna leave it as is, but I just wanted to show you guys how it looks completed. Alright guys, so that concludes our first video for the supercharger install, which I wanted it to be in the order that I actually did things, which the methanol kit was first. And right now, where we're at is we're doing draggies, and we're testing the car. And right now it's consistently putting out 11.5s in the quarter mile, 11.6s, and I think 60 to 130, 8.1. And I'm shaving more of these times, so I haven't had a really good launch yet. I'm still learning how to launch on these tires, and then I'll start posting some actual times. But in the meantime, please drop a comment if you guys have questions. Don't forget to subscribe and show some love to the channel so that I can get some more subscribers. I'm in my drag pack era.